We have it. It doesn't matter how long of a follower you are of Christ. It doesn't matter because we all have certain levels of it, degrees of it. But if it's to the point where you're just saying, oh no, hell doesn't exist and all this other stuff, now it makes sense why I keep having these visions of all these people going to hell. And that's not what he wants. God does not want that. Hell was not created. Again, I said this before, for us. It was created for Satan. And people think God's just this judgmental parent, basically, or judgmental being that's just every little thing we're doing. Okay, yep, you're going to go to hell. And he gave us all these rules so we can slip up and I'm going to hell. And that's not what God is. That's not who he is. That's not his character at all. He wants to save us, even the ones that don't even believe in him. That's the type of God that us believers, us true followers, love and are trying to represent. That is who God is. So I'm running out of time here because how I have things set up. How I'm going to end this is we all have different levels of it. Don't be ashamed. Don't be in denial. It is what it is. All you got to do is just give it to God. Ask him to heal you in that, to give you revelation on that. Continue bringing it to him, and he will show you why, and he will work it out with you. You're not alone in this. But don't be one of the many souls that at the end of the day are going to be surprised when it's a goal time, whether it's his return or you take your last breath, whichever comes first. Don't be the soul that is surprised at the end and thinking like, oh no, I know because what you're seeing, because what science says, because of what you have experienced. Don't be that soul that at the end of the day, when your time is up, that you are the surprise soul that thought for sure God didn't exist, thought for sure hell didn't exist. Don't be that soul. And it's not a scare tactic. I hate talking about hell, guys. I hate talking about this stuff, but it needs to be talked about. Don't be the soul that is surprised at the end of the day because you were just so stuck on it didn't exist and what other people are saying and what science says and what you see. What you see is not real. What you don't see is. That's eternity at the end of the day. And I know it sounds crazy in the logical sense, but it doesn't have to make sense. It is supernatural. It is beyond our own understanding. It is not to scare anyone. It's to warn. And I hate with a passion having to do this because it comes off like everyone else. Oh, if you don't know, you're going to go to hell. And that's not even how I'm approaching this. I'm just letting you know, as someone who has several visions of this, okay? There's a reason, okay? God does not want that to happen. If he is warning not just me, but other people are saying this, that means he is trying to prevent that by having the people that he's using as vessels to warn his children that this is true and that if you don't get it together, that is what's going to happen. So at the end of the day, yes, what you do in this life matters, counts, including your belief and unbelief, where you stand at the end of the day. Again, I hate warning episodes. I hate warning messages, but it's not about me. It's not about my feelings. It's not about how I feel like I'm coming off. It's about God, and it's about his kingdom, and it's about his message and his word. And at the end of the day, we need those warnings, those heads up, because then to be held accountable, to not say the things that were several warnings and just say, well, I didn't want to be like everyone else, or oh, I didn't want to be the other person that did it. He ain't going to want to hear all that. Because at the end of the day, just like if you were a parent and you wanted to warn your children, that's exactly the same perspective here. He wants to warn his children. We need to get it together, guys. As I said in my previous episode, Identity, Purpose, and Worth, we need to operate, discover, equip, and operate in our identity, purpose, and worth now versus later. Preparing now versus when you have no choice but to figure all this out when things hit the fan. We need to get prepared for what's to come. I'm going to end on that note. It is Sunday. I hope you guys have an amazing upcoming week. And as always, any and all messages, all episodes, bring it to God. Ask for discernment. Ask for wisdom. Ask what this message is for you. What message, what does He want you to receive out of what I just said? Pray for discernment. Pray for wisdom in any and all things, whether it's me, whether it's anyone, I don't care, whoever it is. Always pray for discernment. You guys have an amazing upcoming week. And until next time.